Alrighty. Let's go. Hey, everybody. It is Movie, the podcast. It's a Real Buddies episode because Gogs is doing one of my favorite Gogsisms where he couldn't record tonight. I saw him earlier today, but he never told me why, so I assume he's doing something that he thinks I judge him for, which is probably like playing Dungeons and Dragons or some dumb shit like that.
Like, I still think it's crazy that he doesn't play Warhammer. That seems like a Gogs thing to do.
Yeah, and you know, to anybody that plays Dungeons and Dragons listening, that is the lamest fucking shit. I'm sorry. They have video games now. They took them over. Like, there's no
I remember
need
the first time somebody tried to get me to play a tabletop game, and it was Shadowrun. They're like, "Oh, you'll like it. It's like Cyberpunk." I'm like, "Cool. It's like a board game." They're like, "Yeah." We get there, and I'm like, "What? We're acting? Like, no, thank you."
Yeah, that's exactly. I've been duped many times where it's like, "Oh, you'll have so much fun," or the classic line I've heard many times is, "You've never played with the right people. Like, you've never had the right, like, dungeon master." Well, like, I've done it enough times where it's like, I just assume everybody's bad.
Well, no, it's fun because we just goof off. It's like, can we goof off without the dice and the costumes?
Can we just talk about doing bits? Because that's way funnier if you're just like, what about Conan the Barbarian, except he's gay? Like, that's funny to me. Roll for initiative. Anyway, we watched, what the hell is it? Maximum Conviction. Keone Waxman's auteur piece, Maximum Conviction.
Real quick before we get into Violence Team, Alec, you weren't around on the show when we watched all these dog shit movies before, right? Like, you hadn't joined officially yet?
That's true.
No.
Alec, were you here? You weren't here yet when we watched that one with Ving Rhames and Danny Trejo and Steven Seagal.
No.
And remember that one, Sean?
Yeah, I do because I was going to wait for the actual show, but Tubi's like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You'll watch this," and immediately served that movie up after this one was mercifully over.
Oh, no.
And, like, I really wish we would rewatch that, because I remember that being boring, but it opens up with Steven Seagal and his full-on, like, I don't know what you would call it, Cajun drag, where he's like, "Sasha, you a motherfucking rat." And then it has Ben Foster doing this Daredevil fight, and I'm like, "Oh, we should watch this movie again."
Yeah, for real. But yeah, we watched, like, I want to say we watched like a handful of these. We watched another Steve Austin one too.
Yeah, we watched the other Steve Austin one we watched, I believe, was called Tactical Force.
Tactical Force, that's it.
Which is also a prison movie. I think, I was shooting back and forth with Gogs, I think like 70% of the Stone Cold Steve Austin oeuvre is prison or prison adjacent.
Well, I think it's because they can shoot these things in like a warehouse, because like all the sets look like dog shit.
Yeah, but even his bigger movies, Longest Yard's a prison movie. The what was his first WWE movie? The Condemned. Yep, that was a prison movie.
That takes place like on a jungle.
Yeah, it's like no Escape or No Way Out or that. Yeah,
The Condemned is like it's like a battle royale type. Yeah. But yeah, and Steven Seagal is just, he is at his peak. Like, I am so fucking tired and lazy. Like, I'm not doing anything.
Steven Seagal is like the Tyreek Hill of like line readings. Like, he is just like going so much faster than everybody else. It's like you visibly watch them trying to catch up to what he just mumbled at top speed.
Yeah, and I talked to Sean a little bit, and before he watched the movie, I said, take a shot anytime Steven Seagal is in a scene where he's clearly not in the scene with the other actor. Like, there's a lot of
opening scene seems like it's like that. We'll get into it when we actually talk about.
There's a lot of reverse shot where it's clearly Steven Seagal talking to a body double. It's pretty great. All right. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
No, go ahead. No, it's fine. It'll keep for the actual movie.
It'll keep. It's like an old piece of meatloaf. What did y'all watch this week? Alec.
I want to watch one thing. I watched the seminal 90s basketball film, White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, hell yeah.
They remade that, apparently.
For real?
It hasn't come out yet. It's like...
Yeah. With Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow and Lance Reddick is in it. But I don't think Lance Reddick's playing
He's not Sidney.
I don't think he's Sidney. That movie fucking slaps. Like, that movie is
fucking rules. Yeah,
so fucking good. It's so fucking fun. Even with how depressing it is, it's still so like funny.
Every time I watch that movie, I forget about the whole Jeopardy subplot. Like, oh yeah, there's this whole thing she's doing to the side of this movie.
I can name 7 foods that start with Q.
She's the fucking best. I love her.
Oh, she's so good. She's really good in that movie. It would be easy for her to get like overswept by totally out there Simon Phoenix level Wesley Snipes as a street baller.
Dude, I always remember Kareem Haddison. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. My man John Keats said that. Keats? Ron Shelton's a crazy underrated writer and director. He also wrote and directed Bull Durham and played minor league baseball.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense with how good Bull Durham is.
Also, I looked up the Billy Hose, those Nikes that go for about $300.
No shit.
Like the reissues.
Right. It's crazy.
Billy Hoyt.
White Men Can't Jump is a movie that I rented about 8,000 times when I was a kid.
Yeah, the movie's fun, and the basketball's really good in it.
What's that other movie? Shit. Wasn't there another movie where they got with Harrelson and Snipes? Didn't they get
Money Train?
Yes, Money Train.
Not to be confused with Money Plane, which is a movie we watched.
No, Money Train. I remember that one too. Yeah. And also Rosie Perez's boobs is in White Man Can't Jump. I remember that.
Yes, they is.
Yes, I was, and that left a big impact on me as a child.
Yeah.
Anything
we're going to Sizzler.
Yeah, who was? So we're gonna go to Sizzler.
Shut your anorexic tapeworm having ass up.
I can't even do her accent. It's so fucking like thick.
It is like the epicenter of Nuyorican accents. Like all Nuyorican accents came from that one specifically.
Yeah.
Well,
I love because she's Puerto Rican, man. Like I can't make her do anything.
She's got one of those accents where so many people have done her impression of her.
Nobody can actually do it.
Right. I'm not. If I did it, I would be doing an impression of the impression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not of her. So.
But yeah, that movie fucking slaps. And it's littered with like old, barely played NBA players. And apparently Gary Payton is in a shot, but I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. Apparently in one of the early scenes, he's there playing like in the background, but I watched for it and I couldn't find him. I couldn't pick him out. He must have been really young. 92?
Yeah, he would have been like just coming out of Oregon State.
Yeah.
I do occasionally go, it's pretty. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
I fucking love that movie, man. It's so good.
Yeah, that movie fucking slaps. Woody Harrelson loves his basketball movies.
Why am I drawing a blank?
He got that. He just had Champions come out, and he was in that Will Ferrell movie that Gogs loves so much.
Oh, Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro, that's it, yeah.
Gogs does love that movie.
I don't understand his, like, there's
that
a
movie is
funny.
Fun.
Yeah,
it's a good movie, but it's not like amazing.
It's not particularly like memorable. Like it's fine. I don't think it's bad.
It just seems like the Wish version of Talladega Nights. You know what I mean? Like we kind of made that movie once. Let's kind of do it again.
And that's kind of what it is, you know. Yeah. And it's also kind of like it came at the tail end of like that style of comedy. Like that's kind of like the death knell of that kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The death knell.
Did I use that correctly?
Yeah, it is Nell.
I mean, you did.
Knell.
It's not something that's heard very often.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I thought it was the death kneel.
No, that's
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, damn it, Sean. Beat me to it. Like, almost through my words. Anything else, Mr. Alec?
No, I started watching Star Trek Beyond a little bit ago, and only like halfway through. And that movie is so fucking good.
Have you watched any of the new season of Picard, Alec? Because I hear it's good, but I'm skeptical.
I haven't watched any of Picard at all.
I watched the first
I didn't watch
season,
any of it.
And it was horrendous. Well, I shouldn't say. I watched 4 episodes of the first season.
Well, you're also not like a Star Trek person. That was like your nan, right? Was really into Star Trek Next Generation.
That's true, but at the same time, like, I don't think you can, like, the thing that people like about Star Trek is, like, it's well written and not full of action, and these just seem like they're just full of action. They just seem like action series.
Absorbed enough of the Next Generation just through, like, pop culture that, like, it seems like you've seen most of them.
Well, I mean, I did watch, like, I would never say, like, I'm not, like, a diehard, and, like, I can't say that, like, you know, you could just it's not like The Simpsons for me, right, where you can just rattle off, like, quotes and I can know the whole episode. Like, I watched a fair amount of Next Generation and Deep Space Nine just because it was always on.
It was always on,
WNUV or
WNUV.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a hot take anymore, but, like, I will die on the hill that Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek series, like, and I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people who came around on that one.
Yeah. Because the first, like, 3 seasons of Next Generation are, like, laughably bad.
And I remember,
it's awful.
I remember Deep Space Nine because, like, the part that they'd always replay was the Dominion War.
Yeah, that shit rules.
It was like a big epic I think was right at the end of the show.
There's an episode where fucking Cisco commits a war crime just to, like, get the Romulans on his side, and he has that whole great monologue at the end. That show's fucking
What happened to that guy? He was cool. Like, the guy that played, I forget his name.
Oh, Avery Brooks, too based. Well, he probably, like everybody else in American History X, just, like, shit-canned his whole career.
Yeah, he was cool. I always liked him. He had, like, a cool presence about him.
He was also older when Deep Space Nine came out. He was on, like, Spencer for Hire and shit. Yeah, he'd been around a minute.
Anything else, Alan?
Yeah, no. Sean.
I watched one thing.
I'm excited to hear about this.
Hell yeah, I watched Creed 3.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did you watch that?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Creed 3 is really fucking good. I don't know what my expectations were. The first thing is I hope Jonathan Majors didn't, like, choke that lady or whatever, because he's really good in this movie, although, like, even if he did, like, I still like him in the movie. I'm not going to sit here in front like everybody we watch isn't problematic. I mean, the fucking president wrote a bill specifically to put black people in prison, and they still let him get by. So I'm going to let Jonathan Majors get by with his argument with his lady.
We don't know what happened, but I mean, like, it's not a good look, and, like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's probably on some kind of gas for as big as he got.
You think?
So, like,
he is fucking enormous.
Fucking mood swings go hand in hand with being on the juice, so who knows?
I'm gonna put it out there, man. Michael B. Jordan's a pretty solid director, like, for his first movie.
See, that's what I was worried about, because, I mean, well, Ryan Coogler didn't direct 2, right?
No, I forget who directed. Somebody not associated with the films directed the second one. So it wasn't Stallone, and it wasn't Coogler, and it wasn't Jordan. It was somebody else, and I can't recall who.
Oh, I thought it was Stallone.
No.
Stallone did Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, and Creed, I believe. Or no, Coogler directed Creed.
Coogler directed Creed 1. Well, that's good to hear, because, like, that's what I was worried about initially when I heard that Jordan was directing it, because I'm like, well, does he know how to direct? But
well, there's a lot of stuff in this movie, right? So this is the first Creed movie that doesn't feel like a Rocky sequel. I mean, obviously you bring that with you, and him being a legacy character, it's always going to be there. But, sure, like, because Rocky, and, like, I like Creed 2. Like, I think Creed 2 is a fine movie. Like, I enjoyed it.
I like Creed 2 a lot. I thought that was really good.
But this one, like, you forget, like, really, the Creed films haven't had a solid adversary. Although I always think of Gogs when I think of Creed, because he remembers Stuntman Wheeler. He'll, like, he'll forget his kids' names. He'll be like, Gogs, what's the name of the guy he fights and that gets hurt in fucking Creed, the first one? He's like, Stuntman. Yeah. He'll always, like, I don't know why that name is stuck with him so much.
Well, I feel like Creed 1, it was more about, like, really the adversary almost wasn't as important. It was almost like he was fighting, like, for his legacy. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was like, I mean, the second one did a better job with Drago's kid.
Kinda, but, like, it's like, it still isn't, that's still more of, even though he killed Apollo, like, I still think that's more of, like, Rocky revenge than Adonis, because, like, he never knew his father, right? No, so it's like.
I definitely agree. I just feel like they did, like, when we talked about this at length, when we talked about Creed 2, I thought the movie did an amazing job of actually
humanizing Drago
a character, whereas like not just this cartoon character he was in the fourth movie.
Everybody feels really natural in the movie. Like the cinematography and the lighting's fantastic. And, like, all the best Rocky movies have great adversaries, right? So Apollo, obviously, we all love Apollo. Clubber Lang. This is more of the Clubber Lang movie. If you're going to, like, stitch one of those movies to this one, this is the Clubber Lang one. I don't think that's a spoiler from kind of the trailer. And then Drago in 4, and then in Rocky Balboa, Time
Mason
is the adversary? Yeah. But no, this movie, and it's like, it has like a couple, like, it's a little chunky in a couple places. Like, you can tell he's still kind of feeling it out. Like, there's a subplot with his daughter that kind of doesn't go anywhere and gets dropped and brought back at the very, very end, but you're kind of like, I don't give a shit. But, like, he really has kind of sunk into this character. Like, I really buy him in it. And he looks, he got his mustache bigger, and he looks like, looks more like he would be related to Carl Weathers. But the thing I kind of wanted to talk about, and this is a kind of a your mileage may vary, the third fight. So, like, we've all seen the climactic Rocky fights, and I guess, I don't know if this is just, like, naivete or what, but he's like, so at some point, you know, the third fight starts out kind of normal, and, like, you know, cinematography is really good, all that jazz. And then he decides to turn it into the scene from where they get to the room in Stalker / the fight between Agent Smith and Neo at the end of Matrix Revolutions.
That's a hell of a mashup.
Like, it's fucking nuts. Like, it worked for me because it's so fucking weird. But, like, I can see people like, this is too much. Like, he went full on, like Russian art film. And also, apparently he's a massive weeb, so there's a lot of, like, shot lists from, like, Dragon Ball fights in it.
I can't. Like, that's fantastic. I love that.
I mean, but the movie's really, really good. Like, it doesn't feel like, and I love John Wick 3, right? But everybody had that opinion, and I don't think it's invalid, but I just didn't care that it kind of ran out of gas.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, this movie still feels like it has plenty left in it. So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, Rockies, you know what I mean? I like all the Rockies except for the Tommy Gunn one. And
I mean, you figure it's been 9 movies and only one of them sucked.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch it. I almost watched it yesterday, but it was like it was too late, and the movie was like, I think it's over 2 hours, and I was like, no, it's
a hair over 2 hours, but it moves pretty good. Like. Yeah, they cram a lot of shit in there. Unfortunately, Stephen A. Smith is in it, which I didn't care for, but at least it adds some versatility. But Mauro Ranallo is in it.
Oh, no shit.
His voice is, because it's Showtime Boxing. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The guy who directed it is Stephen Capel Jr.
What else did he do?
He hasn't done anything else really that I've heard of.
Oh.
But he is directing the new Transformers Beast Wars movie.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Or Transformers Rise of the Beast. That looks fucking awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Mark my words, all of the Transformers movies that are going to be not directed by Michael Bay are going to be good.
Yeah, Bumblebee's really good.
Bumblebee was the shit, and I will die on that hill. That movie was like so
and we
much
all
fun.
liked it. So,
It's a 4-quadrant movie, the podcast banger.
Yeah, Gogs didn't go, right? It's just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Gogs not see it?
I think Gogs eventually
he might have seen it. Loser, but he didn't see it with the real buddies.
Go, yeah.
Yeah, that movie was great.
He was probably watching his kids or something.
What a fucking
200% more Morrissey songs than I expected in that Transformers movie. So, but I want to hear what TJ has to say about smoking causes cancer, because I saw it on a Facebook post somewhere, and I was like, I gotta fucking watch this movie.
Yeah. So I watched 2 things. I two really, really exciting things to talk about, actually. So the first movie that, I watched is Sean talked about, and I watched this movie in lieu of Creed, 3 because this movie is an hour and 15 minutes long.
Oh shit.
So the podcast metrics, it's already a 10.
Yeah. Like it has to work down from 10.
So it's a movie called Smoking Causes Coughing.
Oh,
and it's by the director. I know Sean is. Alec, you might be familiar with this because it was kind of a meme movie for a while. But are you familiar with the movie Rubber?
The tire?
Yes.
Yeah. I have not seen it, but I know what.
Yeah, it's a movie about a
sentient tire that kills people.
Tire, yes. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's directed a bunch of movies. And for you guys in the chat, I downloaded all of his movies, and they're all on the Plex because I kind of want to go through his whole filmography now. Because I've only seen I've only seen this and Rubber. I've never seen, like, he's made like 6 other movies. I've never seen the other ones. But anyway, Smoking Causes Coughing is a mixture of the Power Rangers, like Meet the Feebles and Tales from the Crypt. It's one of the weirdest fucking. So first of all, the main characters in the movie are a Power Rangers team, and when I say they're a Power Rangers team, they look exactly like the Power Rangers. They're dressed up in the same the movie starts out with them in this hilarious, like, empty quarry fighting this, like, turtle man that's called...
Oh, it's straight up just like a fucking... Yeah, I got you.
And it's called, like... It's in French, but his name is, like, Tortoise or something. Like, it's like tortoise, but it's, in hilarious French.
The language of cowards.
Yeah. But they're called the Tobacco Force, and each member of the Tobacco Force is named, like, menthol and mercury and, like, all the, like, shit that's in a cigarette, and they're
I'd be menthol.
And keep in mind, this is in the first minute of this movie.
So, like, real quick, I don't want to pause you, but is it like, I thought it was like one of those, like, anti-smoking, like, what the fuck you call it? Like a auditorium show. This shit they used to show us when we were kids. Like, I thought that's what it was. Okay.
Oh, no. There's if you watched the trailer for this movie and guessed how this movie was going to turn out, there's no way you'd be accurate. Like, it's so... Anyway, I'll get into it. So, they're karate fighting this turtle monster. And again, it's Power Rangers all the way. It's like the turtle monster is like this big plastic guy in a suit. They're karate fighting him, of course, because you know how all Power Rangers fights went. So, the 2 of the members of the group, while they're fighting this monster, are just having a conversation. They're just talking. And then one of them, like, it's not going well. They're not winning. And then they walk over to him. They're like, this fight isn't going well. We're going to need everybody's power. And they're like, what do you think we ought to do? Well, let's give him cancer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They circle around. They go, let's circle around him so he's confused and he doesn't know what to do. So then they get around him and they use their, like, their fucking Power Ranger power where they blast smoke onto him, and they do the thing that all, like, it's like, they all say their name, nicotine, mercury, all. They blast him with smoke until he literally explodes into guts. But then. So then I'm like torn because I don't want to give the whole movie away. Yeah. But I don't think I could describe the whole movie and you'd still, like, you got to see it for yourself. So then after they kill this monster, they're called up by their boss, who is a really crudely made puppet rat. Like, he looks like
a Splinter from the Ninja Turtles?
No, he looks like Rizzo the rat from the Muppets, like if you left him out in the rain for like a couple of weeks. Like, he's like half fallen apart, but he like speaks like a proper Frenchman, like he's got this very like demure kind of voice. He's also constantly drooling green slime. It's hilarious. Anyway, he said that they fucking their analytics on their teamwork is down, so he's sending them off to a retreat so they can work on their teamwork. and this is kind of the movie. Then they go to this retreat where one of my favorite parts is they have this ultra futuristic house, and they open up their refrigerator and there's a full on like woman in like a convenience store, and the guy opens and he's like, "Hey, we got a convenience store in our fridge." So fucking stupid. Anyway, then the movie, it's them at this retreat, and then the movie is them reciting like scary stories around the campfire because this is their team building exercise. And then the movie cuts and is telling their stories. It turns into like a fucking like horror anthology type thing. And then the stories they tell are legitimately kind of like horror movies. And again, it cuts from them completely and turns into like a whole nother movie. It's fucking wild. And like the first story is about this woman that puts on this sensory deprivation helmet that they find in this like Airbnb. and she dissociates from humanity and decides to murder her whole like boyfriend and her friend. You gotta watch this movie. It's absolutely amazing. I fucking loved it. Again, even if you hate it, it's an hour and 15 minutes long. The time commitment is very brief. I loved it. It's so fucking weird and out there, and like, again, I could go through plot beat by beat, and you'd be like, you still have to see it to believe it. It's so fucking out there. I adored this movie. I loved it a lot. It came out in 2022, so it might have made my list last year if I saw it, because I fucking adored it. But yeah, smoking, coughing, bless you, highly recommended.
And sneezing.
It's one of the weirdest things I've ever fucking seen, and like, it's scary, it's hilarious, it's just, I loved it. I don't even know how
hilarious.
I don't know how you fucking come up with this fucking movie, because it's just so like nothing connects. Like, you know how like in like improv you have like yes and?
Yeah.
Like, if you went to this guy, because the director also wrote it, like, if you went to this guy, his yes ends would probably like be like a fucking Eldritch horror. Like, somebody would go, like, you'd be like, okay, I went to the store, and then a plane hit the World Trade Center. It's like, what? Huh? But like, to him, he like connects it somehow. You got to see it. It's great. It's great. Loved it. 10 plus. Fucking loved it. The other thing I watched, this is like super fucking cool. This is like one of the coolest things that's happened to me. So I did some art for Becky, which we all liked on the show. And the filmmakers, when I did that, they reached out to me and they retweeted it, and I thought that was super cool. And so recently, the Wrath of Becky is coming out, in a couple of weeks. It premiered at South by Southwest. And the distribution company reached out to me and said, you know, would you like to do another piece? And we'll send you a link to watch the movie early. I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I watched Wrath of Becky. I had a fucking screener, like a link to a screening website, and the screener had my fucking name at the bottom, which was fucking weird as hell. And I gotta say, and again, like, they were nice enough to give it to me, but I'd still be honest if I didn't care for it.
You sound like this is they gave me in exchange for an honest review.
Well, it's true. I mean, you know, but you know, this is us. Like,
and that's why I love Raid Shadow Legends.
Right? Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Raid Shadow. And if you'd like an exclusive hero, no, I really liked it. I didn't like it as much as the first movie, but it's got all the fun. Like, I was telling Sean, like, to me, like, the Becky character, they've kind of turned her into what, like, I like about, like I talked a couple weeks ago about that, like, female prisoner movie, or like Lone Wolf and Cub, or like those, like, serialized movies that, like, they just give you what you want, and then it's like over, like, before you know it. Like, that's what this feels like. Like, Becky seems like this character where you're gonna get some gory vengeance, and then like some laughs, and then you're gonna move on. It's not.
Well, is it like one of those things too, where because you're not shocked, like you were like, oh shit, this is really good, where it kind of lessens it a little bit?
Well, yeah, and I will say that, like, I was a little worried in the beginning because it's not directed by the same people. The beginning, like, some of the editing choices aren't great, and I'm like, like, I was a little worried. It's got a little bit of that, like, fucking, like, that Suicide Squad editing that I kind of fucking hate. That, like, it's that Sam Raimi, like, let's cut 80,000 times, but it's too much. But it's weird because it goes away. I'm glad it goes away. But it's fun. It's violent. This one's, I feel like, way more over the top than the first one, but again, I'm fine with that. The bad guy in this is Sean William Scott. And basically so the plot is, Becky, after the first movie, you know, she's now an orphan. I think she's like 7.
He is Orphan.
Yes.
Is that a fucking Miami Connection reference?
Yeah, I never saw it, but I remember you saying Orphan like a million times.
God, we gotta watch that movie. Sorry.
So, no, you're fine. So she's orphaned after the events of the first movie. She basically is trying to make her own life now. She lives a quieter life. She has a dog. She lives with this older lady, and it's a revenge movie.
The same dog?
Did she have a dog in the first one?
I thought there was a dog in the first one.
I don't remember.
Yeah, remember because she came with
like a German Shepherd that she ended up befriending.
This is I'll have to rewatch.
No, what am I thinking of? Where it was like they were coming, and it was Joel McHale and the stepmother. Isn't that movie? They had a dog.
That's definitely
that
was in
movie. A treehouse with her.
They had a kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. They'd have a dog.
Well, I don't think this is the same dog because this is like a big like a massive. It's not a mastiff. It's not like a German Shepherd. I forget. But anyway, it's huge. It's a big ass dog. But anyway, so she's got her life together. You know what I mean? She's like trying to live like a quieter life. But you know how these revenge movies go. Basically, she's like a waitress. And she comes across some fucking Oath Keepers, basically. This movie is Becky versus the Oath Keepers.
I'm not sure I know what Oath Keepers are.
Oh, sorry, you're not quite to the level of like brain rot that I am. Oath Keepers, they're like malicious. They're like right wing white supremacist militia people. They're like they were at January 6th and.
Are they the 3 percenters? Is that the same deal? Like
they're tied. They're very similar. They're two different groups, but they're like the Proud Boys.
Patriot Prayer, all that bullshit.
Patriot Prayer and the Oath Keepers are the same.
Okay, people. Gotcha. All right. I just know the Spanish version.
Mr. McMahon. So anyway, she comes across them and they're assholes to her, and she basically like doesn't put up with their shit, and she like kind of pranks them, and then they want to fucking show her up and scare her. They go to her house, they end up killing the woman she lives with, and they steal her dog. And then she goes on revenge. She's like, well, I'm going to go fucking kill them and I'm going to get my dog back. And that's kind of the movie. Like she goes to Sean William Scott's like compound and then she systematically murders everybody. And
how old is she? Is she like a teenager? You said she's got a job.
She's like, I think she's like 17 or 18 now. I don't know.
Same actress?
It's the same actress. Yeah. But she's really good in the movie. I hope I know that like Becky, this in the first one were like kind of low budget, but I hope like she pops up in more stuff. She's really good in this movie. Sean William Scott's really good in the movie. He plays kind of like this. I mean, again, he's like this deranged like patriot white supremacist, but he's also like an ex like special forces guy, and he's like super intense. There is I talked about it like a while back, but I watched that movie Soft and Quiet where they used a lot of like right-wing talking points, and I felt like it felt really cringy. This movie does it right where these guys are talking about shit that like the fucking right-wing psychos talk about.
Like the Great Replacement and shit.
Well, that and the one guy is like this fucking violent like incel guy, but like it seems way more natural, and it's funny because this movie is definitely making fun of them. But, like, the way their dialogue is, it doesn't feel like I'm reading, like, a Google spreadsheet of, like, white supremacist talking points. I don't know. I really enjoyed the movie. I love the kills. My only complaint is there's not enough guys for her to kill. She only kills, like, 6 people. Like, I wanted her to kill, like, 50 people. But it's really good. I can't wait for it to, like, get a proper release so you guys can see it. Because I think, like, if you like the first one, you're going to like this one. It was a lot of fun. And, I really enjoyed it, and it's super cool that I got the opportunity to see it. Like that, like I said, one of the coolest things. Like I thought it was fucking rad as hell, and I drew up a piece. They're gonna post it to all their stuff. So
sweet. I
thought that was super cool. And again, like as soon as it becomes available, I'll put it on the Plex because I want you guys to see it because I thought, like I said, I really had a lot of fun with it, and I hope they keep making them because it's definitely like kind of open ended. I don't want to give the ending away. But, like, you could definitely continue making Becky movies. Like, I hope they do. Because kind of like you were saying about Creed, like, just give me what I want. You know what I mean? Just put her in situations where she kills shitheads in funny ways, and I'm totally there.
Speaking of Sean William Scott, how have we never watched Bulletproof Monk? How has that not fallen across our desk at this point?
That is kind of shocking. Didn't we do a Chow Yun Fat month? I feel like it almost happened.
I thought we kicked it around once, but just
I don't think we did
a better
straight
pun.
up Chow Yun Fat.
Because I thought we were going to do Chow Yun Fatuary, but I think Sylvester Stallanguary came in at the last minute.
Chow Yun February. Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, I guess we got to talk about Maximum Conviction.
Christ.
I mean, this is, I gotta be honest, guys, like, I struggled to pay attention to this movie. Like,
what's fucked up is, like, I'm watching and I'm like, no, I will watch this movie and I will pay attention for once and I won't fuck around on my phone. And it got so bad, I literally turned the air conditioning down in my house just to stay awake.
I mean, I don't know how you can make a movie this fucking boring. Like, it's just so boring. And it ostensibly is an action film, right? But there's no, like, action in this movie. Like,
well, there's action in it for, like, 2 seconds, and it's like you brought Brent Foster off the bench when you're already losing by, like, 13 in the hit. It's like, why? You had that guy the whole time. Like, you could have done stuff.
Well, he did some karate at the end, which was
That's what I'm saying,
cool.
yeah. Like, but why waste all that fucking time? So we can watch Steve, I almost called him Steve Young, Steve Austin dick around with, like, random trash compactor wires?
Yeah, so I guess I'll try to summarize the plot. So Steven Seagal and Steven Seagal Austin, they are like ex-special forces guys that are running Seagal specifically says, yeah, I wasn't special forces, I was a Marine. Also, I know that I'm going to say this as delicately as possible. Steven Seagal's accent seems racist.
He's somewhere between Eric Cartman and hey man, what Terrence Howard in Hustle and Flow.
It's so bad, and he's just like, so you won't go come, like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, and I watched some a streamer react to his reality show Lawman.
Yeah.
And I know that shit's fake too, but like, he code switches so hard around black people. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, he literally will be like talking to like the other cop who's a white guy, and he'll just be this raspy Steven Seagal voice. But like, he'll drive up to black people and be like, "What's up, man?" Like,
"Say blood."
Dude, it's embarrassing. It's like, bro, what are you
Speaking
doing?
of embarrassing, like, Steven Seagal looks like a cross between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. Like, all his fat motions are, like, distracting.
I don't know, like, it's so funny in this movie where he's like, because he loves wearing like tactical vests and shit.
Yeah.
But like, they don't make like a triple XL tactical vest, so it doesn't like fit him right.
It's like a bra from a Chevy Camaro.
It doesn't look right. Anyway, all right. So anyway, sorry. They again, the plot of this is going to be impossible. They are like prison guards.
So
it's like
they're
incorrect.
You're wrong.
Oh.
They are.
Sorry.
They're a PMC, correct?
Yeah, they're a PMC, and they're shutting down a black site.
But yeah, but
they have to get all the prisoners. Right? Yeah. Well, so they have to get all the prisoners out of the black site to close it down, like by tomorrow for some reason.
But they're still bringing prisoners in the day before. Gogs brought up this, and he's like, "Well, you know, the writers don't understand how words mean how they mean." Jesus Christ!
Yeah, they brought 2 women in the night before.
Yeah, because they said the prison is decommissioned, which it is certainly not, as it is still active. Yeah. It's kind of the plot of Assault on Precinct 13, sort of, before it becomes Johnny Mnemonic at some point in the movie.
It kind of is, in like a most insulting way, yes. So yeah, and
real quick, I knew this was gonna be a problem already. When they do the Chiron for the location of the prison, it says Northern Oregon State. Now, is that the name of the prison, or is it, so I'm not confused with Oregon City? Like, in what situation would you ever write Northern Oregon State? You would just put Northern Oregon.
Yeah. No, it's on the campus of Oregon State, but it's on the northern part of the campus.
How did Oregon State get mentioned twice in this episode? This school specifically.
They're the Ducks, right?
No, that's Oregon.
Oh, they are the Beavers, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's even funnier. So they're there. They have to get out all the prisoners for some reason, and in the midst of that, they bring in 2 female prisoners, right?
Sexy terrorists. I'll bring in some of Goggs' notes too later because he has some, but I know one of these women is like ethnically Chinese and one is not. However, I still could not tell them apart somehow.
Except when they're standing, because one's like a foot taller than the other one.
Yeah. So they're brought into the prison, and for some, even though the prison's getting shut down that night for some reason, then some prison guard talks to another prison guard about a burrito. And then,
can we hold on this burrito for a second? So I know Alex is gonna get mad because I'm sure he wants to go to bed and this movie's terrible. So, but
I was gonna suggest not even talking about it, and I would ask you movie questions instead.
Oh, okay. You want to do that? Let's totally wrap this up.
Hold on, okay. I want to hear about this burrito though.
So it's the
you
prison
missed the
guard.
Burrito part.
The one guard is like, "Oh, you must have a woman in the kitchen to make that for you," and he's eating it. This is the shittiest. I don't know if anybody else was this poor.
Oh,
yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I already know what you're gonna say.
The El Patio, or like no, like it's like tapia, or I forget what it was, but it's some like generic-ish Spanish word.
Yeah, they were like 25 cents of burrito.
25 cent microwave burrito. Now the meal that is being served to these prisoners is one of these microwave burritos, and I don't know, a Stanley Cup sized portion of baked or refried beans. Like, this is going to be the smelliest prison. Couple other things. Goggs pointed out, like, as a HVAC engineer, you would never hook up the ventilation to the dumpster to the HVAC itself.
Yes, that is correct.
And I'm like, best case scenario, what do you do? Just make the prison smell like hot assholes all day? Like, oh, this is working perfectly. It smells like shit in here. Also, this movie is, I think, canonically a sequel to Streets of Fire, because Tom Cody shows up and is like, oh, I want him to be in a different movie because I love that dude.
Wait, who is he?
He's the U.S. Marshal. That's Michael Pare.
No way.
Yeah, you can tell by that steel jaw and the fucking, which fucking finger is? You want me to cut your other finger off? Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
He's had a lot of work done.
Yeah. Would still smash. Steven Seagal somehow is like having to work on this trash compactor because that's something he also does. But there's like
Steve Austin.
Oh, did I say the wrong one?
Steve Austin. Okay. Steve Austin hilariously is like, let me get in there and look at it. And the cabling underneath of it is like 500 miles of like data cable. So I don't know if this is like the trash mainframe. Like, it controls all the trash compactors like in the world.
For your Bluetooth trash.
Bro, it's fucking ridiculous. And like, what the whole, and then this movie sucks shit. Like, I don't know the chain of custody between federal prison, the CIA, the military, PMCs, and the U.S. Marshal Service, and regular federal penitentiaries. And there's some Google about paperwork, and then like literally there's a Johnny Mnemonic side plot about, I think Gog said, like, you're going to go up and download money off this bitch, because like...
Yeah, there's like a thumb drive in her
USB drive under her tit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slow karate and bad reaction shots.
It's like it's $200 million of untraceable money. And what I like is, again, like, fuck the plot of this movie. Yeah. But the Streets on Fire guy at the end, he has the climactic showdown with Steven Seagal. But before he does, they have like a tete-a-tete where they have like a really terrible gunfight and they both run out of bullets. And then before that, he's like, "Whoa, we can be allies, and I'll just give you half the money." And Steven Seagal's like, "Bah, I don't do that. I'm a Marine."
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and take care of my family and start a cancer center. You know what I mean?
But then he ends up taking the money.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
What? This movie sucks.
Also,
shit.
Steven Seagal is fucking hilarious because, like, every time he fights, like, twice in this movie. Fights, air quotes.
Fights that big guy at the beginning.
He fights that big Bob Sapp looking guy, and he just, like, all he does is kind of just moves to the sides and, like, pushes him, and that's the same thing with the other guy.
Yeah.
It's just
he does a lot of judo chop, but like, he does that a lot.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. And, like, he looks like he's so bored and, like, tired. It's just, like, the whole like, I mean, oh my god. And Steve Austin does, like, next to nothing in this movie. Like, he has, like a fight scene where he does, like, the fucking, like, old...
He does a lot of weird sexism.
Yeah. Steve Austin's, like, really bad. I mean, everybody's really bad in this. Like, the material is horrendous. Like, this movie... It goes so long. It feels... Like, I think this movie is only an hour and, like, 25 minutes, but, like, God, does it feel long.
And I wasn't trying to badmouth sexism, because I love that shit in movies, but, like, it's just, he's really bad at it.
Yeah, well, yeah. And it's just, I don't, like, it's so hard to, like, put into words, like, how boring this movie is. Like,
well, which one's the most boringest?
Right, I don't know how, like, because it's, everything about it is boring, right? It's flat, the action's boring, there's no, like, music, the sets look terrible, like, everything is bad.
It's like, this is the kind of movie that needs a ton of stupid gunplay.
Yeah.
But it's like they, like, had, like, a squib budget, so they were like, no.
Yeah.
We can't fire as many guns. Let's have a lot of, like, slap fights instead.
Also, and you think hilariously, they have those weird, like, laser mines, like, from Fallout, and that is, like, at the end, that woman is, like, literally... She's, like, a foot away from these things, and the bad guy, like, blows up in him, but she's, like, right next to where the explosion is, but she's fine, like, huh?
I'm playing Call of Duty right now, and the font and all the noises and shit from the movie are all straight lifted from Call of Duty.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, also, when the words, like, type across the screen, it's the same little noise they make in Call of Duty, and, like,
Also, the muzzle flashes are all CGI and they look really bad. Like, everything looks, like, terrible in this movie. Like, I feel like you could make a better movie. Like, any of us, like, with our phone that we have now, could make a better looking movie than this.
This guy's made better movies. I think he made Bullet to the Head with Io Kuwa's, like...
Oh, that movie rocks.
Yeah. All right. You want to get on the score so we can do the Alec questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Alec.
It's been a long time, but I'm breaking out to 0.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is trash. And, like, it didn't even hold, I couldn't hold my attention. Like, nothing in this movie could hold my attention. I'd look up every 5 minutes and then just look right back at him again.
Yep.
Like, so what's going on in the plot now? Oh, let me skip 3 minutes and see if something's happened. Nope. Same shit. I tried reading, like, the Wikipedia plot.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you tried reading the book.
No, not the book, the novelization.
Oh my god.
Like, remember
that's the job I want.
Like, remember the novelization of, like, Jurassic Park?
Hell yeah.
Which wasn't just the book, they had actually novelized the movie and all the changes and stuff.
Yeah. I remember, I think we talked about this on the show a lot, but I remember those being very popular when we were kids. I had a lot of those.
Yeah.
The novelization.
But yeah, this movie's fucking trash. And, like, for a movie with over-the-hill Steven Seagal and Stone Cold, you'd think there'd be at least, like, some funny fights or something. But there's nothing. It's not even funny. It's just sad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Sad and depressing.
Sad.
It's like, and it's not even like Stone Cold still, this movie came out 10 years ago. It's still not, like, that far removed from him being, like, a world champion wrestler.
Yeah.
True.
But it's just sad. It depressed me in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
TJ.
I'm with you on that. It's also a 0. I mean, this thing doesn't even, like, it's funny. I had a conversation with somebody on, over the weekend, and they were talking about, like, bad.
About this?
No. But they were talking about bad movies, and they kept rattling off just stupid shit.
Is this like the Spider-Man 3, like they don't swim the kind of waters we do?
Specifically, they mentioned Spider-Man 3, and I was like,
Superman Returns.
The go-to.
I was like, that's not even bad. Like, you have to watch shit like this.
Yeah.
Because, they're like, well, I like fun bad movies. I'm like, no, you need to watch bad movie. Like, this isn't fun. Like, there's nothing fun about this movie.
What would they describe as a fun bad movie?
I mean, they were talking about shit like The Room and stuff like
normie shit.
Normie bad movies. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would describe, again, I wouldn't expect anybody to watch this shit, but when you talk about bad movies, I get a little, I guess it's the one thing that I'm very snobby about. I'm like,
yeah,
sir. You know what I mean?
Why don't you shut your mouth if you're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about?
Unless you've watched, Abraxas. Get out of my face.
Abraxas.
Remember that?
Oh, the Co-Mater.
We watched way worse movies than Abraxas.
God, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey, why don't you put your small son in my room? This isn't weird.
Doesn't he appear
We'll take shirts off.
I was going to say, doesn't he appear shirtless in front of him?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But yeah, I don't have time for people's, normie bad movies.
Dude, we watched two separate, on accident, Val Kilmer and 50 Cent direct-to-video cop movies. We're in it, you know?
Yeah. But this is just, so fucking boring and just everything about it sucks. The acting sucks. The writing sucks. And you know what? To Alex's point, there's no, when you have something this bad, at least, what I would call, back in the 60s and 70s, Corman it up, right? Give me, plenty of gore, or
give me the tattoo connection or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Tattoo Connection was amazing. Yeah. That's a good bad
They
movie.
should be throwing, buckets of blood all over the place.
Hell
or,
yeah. It's already rated R, you know what I mean? Why not?
Make it, really trashy. You know what I mean? This is, it's weird because, and I feel like we've talked about this before with this era of, Steven Seagal movie, where they still feel like they're trying to make a real movie, and it's bro, you know what I mean? This is not a real movie. No one is watching this movie and being
well, I think, what it boils down to is our general suggestion to fix every bad movie is just to make it an exploitation movie.
Well, yeah. Because those are fun, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can make it as dumb as you want, and at least it makes it entertaining.
Yeah, VFW isn't high art, and it probably didn't cost much more than this did, you know?
Yeah, but it's also written way better. Everything about VFW is way better than this. Even, the, splatterpunk villains are, better acted than everybody in this movie. Also, today on Facebook, somebody was bad-mouthing Psycho Gorman and I about had a fucking fit. I was they're the dumbest comment I've ever Their dumbest comment I've ever seen. They're like, why don't you just watch a real 80s movie? It's first of all, Psycho Gorman is a parody of 90s films. And second of all, that is a stupid fucking comment. Get the fuck out of here. You probably like the Goonies. Anyway, yeah, this movie fucking sucks and I hate it and it should be banished to the shadow realm forever. It's awful. And if I never have to watch another one of these goddamn Steven Seagal movies, I'd be very happy. So, Sean.
It's a 1 just because I love Michael Pare, but other than that, it's abject trash. I don't, they're at the very end, I'm sure everybody's checked out, but I managed to stay in there just to see the last moment. They pull off, and Steven Seagal with the woman, of course, gross.
Of course.
But Stephen Austin is just standing there looking confused, and I'm I feel you, Steve Austin. I'm right there with you. I don't know what the fuck this movie was about.
I'm glad you brought up the ending, because it was one of those things where, Steven Seagal gives Steve Austin, I believe it's $100 million, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, and I don't know if they were trying to make a fucking
a sequel,
a maximum conviction verse, But he's like, I got another op for you. Meet me at some Mexican city. Like, you meet me there.
No, bro, I'm good on my $10 million.
Yeah, like I got...
What other ops do I got to run?
You just gave me $100 million. I am fucking retired.
Maybe he's got a Fabergé egg thing going on.
But he's like, meet me at Sao Paulo. Like, I don't forget where it was. Like, I got another op. And it's like, what the fuck is that? Like, no, bro, I don't know. You can't give a character $100 million and be like, yeah, let's do some more dangerous covert ops. Like, no.
The next movie opens up with Steve Austin just doing a bunch of coke. Well, that's the last of my $100 million.
Right? It just doesn't work. It like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not a paid mercenary killer, but like I feel like mercenaries do it for the money, and you've got all the money. Like $100 million is ostensibly all the money. Like you're good. Like anyway. Let's Alec, do we want to talk about what we're watching next week first, or get into movie questions? Because I have a pick.
Pick next week's. Tell us next week's pick first, and then
all right,
we can do movie questions for a little bit.
We're going to stay into schlock. I'm picking 1987's Over the Top because it stars. It has Terry Funk, Scott Norton, and Big John Studd in it, so I think it counts.
Man, I used to think Big John Studd was the best.
Middle name.
Go ahead.
Well, then he'd always get beat by Hogan, and I'd be like, God damn it.
He was a big deal, like, pre-Hogan, though.
Yeah.
I think... so I almost picked another Stallone movie that I've never seen called Paradise Alley. Yeah,
I was going to pick that.
Because that's got Ted DiBiase. Sean, I don't know. Do you know who this is? Don Kerndell? I don't know. He's some wrestler, I guess.
No.
Gene Kinski, Harry Funk, and Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens, San Francisco, like old school, like 50s Pat Patterson era shit.
Okay. I mean, those other guys probably are too. Yeah, Ted DiBiase Sr., Terry Funk, and those other guys. Also, in Paradise Alley, Tom Waits is in that movie.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know what it's about. I literally looked up a list of like movies with wrestlers.
It's about an alley in heaven.
Oh shit. But yeah, no, I want to watch Over the Top. I feel like we've
teased a movie that basically bankrupted Canon Films.
Yeah, but also one of the greatest the poster for Over the Top is so sick.
I'm going over it's also a movie where the main character, like the people in it don't know his actual name, like, cause sometimes he's Lincoln Hawk, sometimes he's Lincoln Hawks, it's nuts.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, a bunch of wrestlers are in it, so why not?
Also, Armand Asante is in it, and Tom Waits.
That's right. Wait, Tom Waits is in Over the Top?
No, Paradise Alley.
Yeah. Tom Waits is like, come here. All right, let's do some questions. Let's have some fun in this dour episode.
All right.
With this stupid movie.
Sean.
Shoot.
One of my dearest friends in the world.
Aw.
What
is it different Sean?
No. two ends.
Oh, okay.
What is the first movie you can remember seeing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like in the theater or overall? Because it might be the same.
Overall. I know for me, it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it covers both.
Mine would be An American Tail.
Oh.
Well, I love that movie.
I saw it. I know you guys aren't super familiar with Glen Burnie, but...
A little familiar with it.
Over by where the Herondale Mall was, where they have the Christmas trees behind it. Across from that, it was a church for a really long time. I don't know what it is now. Prior to it being a church, it was a movie theater, and it had like the guy with the plastic dish with all those clear mints, whatever clear flavored mints were. You know what I mean? Like it was like an old school Lowe's, the chandeliers, the carpets, all that jazz. And I went with a babysitter's family, like not with my own family. I didn't see a movie with my father until Beavis and Butthead Do America or Mortal Kombat, whichever came first, both movies he wanted to see. And the first movie I remember seeing with my mother was Batman, the Michael Keaton one. But An American Tail, but I remember it being like interminable because I don't know how old we were when that came out, like, cause we were like 4?
Kids, little kids, yeah.
And it just it went on for fucking ever, and it was horrifying.
Yeah. I remember liking that movie though. I never saw it in the theater. I had the VHS tape, and the second one where it was he went to the Old West.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a movie about Five Going West, whose name I can't remember.
That movie where Five Goes West.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be it. One more funny story. I'll tell you the first movie my mother ever rented for me. I don't know if I've told the story on the show. English is not my mother's native language. So the first cartoon she saw available to rent at the Channel 3 video for me when we got a VCR for $9,000 from Finger Hut or whatever was a classic 70s animated romp called Fritz the Cat.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she just saw that it was a cartoon.
That's awesome. I have a similar story.
She just picked it up. I just picture her in the video store like, esta película tiene un gato. You know what I mean? Just like... This is real basic Spanish mom shit.
Anthony's mom rented
Heavy Metal?
Ralph Bakši's Wizards for Anthony and Mike when they were little kids. And I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but that is certainly not for children. I believe it starts out with basically a Holocaust that happens, and there's Nazis, and his mom turned it off immediately.
I thought you were gonna say that she rented them Coonskin, aka Street Fight.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive, BT Dubs.
Yeah, and he's still real bitter about his whole career.
Oh, I think about being alive.
No, I really respect Ralph Bakshi. I think he's done a lot of really cool stuff for animation, but he is. If you listen to him, every project didn't go his way, and he never got the money he needed, and I don't know, whatever. That was a good question, Alec. I like that.
Thank you.
And good answer, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you. What is the scariest movie in your opinion?
Is this for me?
No, it's all for Sean. You've answered all these before.
Oh, goddamn! The scariest.
I don't remember answering these.
Yeah, we did this with Gogs once and with you, and now it's Sean's turn.
You know me. I have no memory.
I don't know if this is the scariest movie, but the most scared I think I've been in a movie and continue to be to this day. I'm sure TJ knows what I'm going to say. Alec, you might, because I might have brought this up because we've talked about this movie a million times. In 2001, where Hal is being... Spoilers for 2001, by the way, I guess.
A movie that came out in 1963.
When Hal is being unplugged and he's like, Dave, I can feel my mind going, Dave. I can stop it. And he's talking through his death. And it's fucking horrifying because, it's monotone and kind of getting slower and I could feel it. I'm like, man, is that what dying's like? Because this is fucking nightmarish. Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't want to be I don't get scared of movies, but I've been very disturbed by a lot of movies, but to be actually scared is is a tough.
Well, it's one of those things too where it becomes it's the least human character has the most human experience. It's pretty wild. Also, Hal is a great character.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about the end of Miracle Mile at length, but that's the Will Be Diamonds scene is the dread of that is it's really tough. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with the end of Miracle Mile / the end of 2001.
Yeah, I love 2001. That's a great choice.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that at some point. Sean, what movie made you cry the most?
As a kid or as an
Maximum Conviction.
At all.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
The last movie I remember really crying at was Radio. The Cuba Gooding Jr. movie. Where it's it's for me. And he gives, I don't know, man, that kind of stuff, the, IDD people and I have a soft spot for that stuff. And, I don't know, I get weirdly sentimental about movies as I get older now about your friends passing away and shit like that. But yeah, I think it would be that. It would be something about somebody being vulnerable, I think. But, more grounded, not a Dogtooth or something. It's about vulnerable people, but it's just fucked up. Like I don't know. Like it has to be very like
it is fucked up.
It is fucked up, but like it didn't make me sad in the same kind of way like that because it's like, oh well, what happens to radio when he gets older and all his friends die and his parents, that kind of shit. And like you get like, I don't know if you guys get in these weird rabbit holes about stuff. Like you'll see people somewhere and be like, oh man, they got whatever problem. And you're like, what happens when nobody's there?
Yeah, absolutely,
you know, definitely,
like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
What is
art?
Or here, what film means the most to you personally?
Ooh,
Best of the best. No, like I love Best of the Best.
You do love Best of the Best.
God, that movie fucking rules. It means the most to me personally would probably be, in a weird way, would be Sleepaway Camp.
That is weird. I would have never guessed that one.
I'll tell you why. So TJ and I started a podcast, like this general interest podcast. It was just a fucking mess, right? Yeah. And then somebody that listened to it was, hey, you guys should review a movie. You should review Sleepaway Camp. And I want to say that's the first movie we ever talked about, you and I, like, not offline.
No, yeah.
But then I really didn't know Alec yet. I had met Alec a couple times at Goggs' house just for football or whatever, but I didn't really know him. Like, you and TJ and Goggs, I knew a bit from like, years prior. Mm-hmm. But I think because of the show, like, I think we all got a lot closer and we've managed to, like, if anything through this show, we've managed to like stay in touch, like no matter where everybody is and all that stuff. So that does mean a lot to me.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that.
So.
Yeah, that movie is wild.
Oh yeah, it's fucking horrendous.
I still think like it's funny because I remember even back then, you know, we watched that years ago. I remember being like, this is gonna be tough because it's like transphobic, but really the weird anti-gay panic is way more problematic in that movie than because remember like her parents are gay and that's like that. Yeah. They have like that weird like.
Well, that's why the father kills somebody because he got outed or was about to get outed.
Yeah, it's fucking strange. It's very strange.
It's also funny that like, you know, when we go back and think about it, it's like every movie we saw was like the worst movie. Like I was like fucking. What's the show enough movie? Like Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. I'm like, this is the worst movie ever made. Like,
oh yeah. Very
definitively. I'm like, oh man, like I had no idea.
We were so naive, you know. You know, it is like, you know, the thing about the show is, and I think tonight is another example of that. It's like we haven't found a bottom. Like every time we think we find a bottom, we sink even further down. Like it's. I don't know. I remember being very, very upset watching Southland Tales, but like, I would dare to say I'd rather watch Southland Tales than this again.
And, you know, like how many, you know, friendships or groups of people have watched several hundred movies together? You know what I mean? That's like a lot of time that we got together.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
We used to devote like 7 hours a week.
Really, it was ridiculous, and we all gained like I know just from being in the show we had to gain cumulatively like 600 pounds.
Yeah,
like I stopped doing the show and I lost 100 pounds. Like, so I'll just extrapolate that. Fucking, but no, like all that shit, man. Like I know it's not movie related, but like the WrestleMania pie incidents and like all that stuff, you know. It's I mean, I've got a big the first thing you see when you walk into my house is that like painting of all of us together from the one show.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That was like the 200th episode.
I know.
God.
Yeah.
This one tonight is 365.
Oh my God. Oh shit. Well, we have a whole year of shows. You can listen to one show.
Oh, you can do one a day now. Like a one a day calendar.
Somehow we're inching up on 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which I thought was like the least likely way people listen to the show. But
yeah, and also shout out to that weird guy that was like Comedy Night New York that had some shit to say, and it was like, what are you? Why
don't you eat some homeless guy's asshole instead of doing a podcast like,
yeah, like I don't know, like some.
Who says we don't do both?
Some deranged lunatic. I mean, I'm glad. I love the comment, so I mean, keep it up, please. But like, it was like he didn't appreciate like the idea of criticism, I guess.
Or
like,
talking?
Yeah,
I don't know what he expected the show was going to be.
You do understand. You picked a podcast to listen to.
Well, also
right?
his own channel was like, it seems like something that's going to be on the news because that guy's going to like what's that movie?
Oh, he's going to blow up a mosque like 1,000%.
What's that fucking Scorsese movie where Robert De Niro like kidnaps the guy? King of Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I felt like watching the fucking his YouTube channels. Like, anyway. But yeah, no, keep it up. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Yeah. We're creeping
follow
up
us home.
We're creeping up on our listeners on Spotify when I don't fucking upload the image file instead of the audio file, because that's what I did last week.
Hell yeah. Listen to this picture.
Sorry about that, everybody. If for some reason it still worked off the website, I don't know how, but anyway, yeah. So.
I mean, this show's been through, 2 divorces, a marriage, fucking 2 kids, like...
Our website, like, dying for a few months. That happened. Still don't understand how that happened, but... we persevere, and we survived this movie, which I didn't think I was going to.
Well, the show's not over yet.
That is true.
All right.
We'll do a couple. We'll do a couple more, and then we can wrap up.
All right.
What is the sexiest film you've ever seen?
Ooh.
Besides 2048. Just a sec. I know this is like a real normie, but Bound maybe.
Oh yeah.
I got real horny for.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man, that's a tough question. Shit. I wish I had done some prep on the spot, because I do like handsome ladies. That's just how a straight person would say it.
Yep. you got me convinced.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, anything with Kathleen Turner back in the day, I had a big, the movies themselves weren't
Serial Mom?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
I guess I'll go with, the first thing I said, what was it? Bound, yeah. I like me some Jennifer Tilly. Even when she got kind of,
Lord, yes.
ballpark Frankish, I was still into that. Big fan. Also, shout out to the sexiest scene in movie history in Happiness where Philip Seymour Hoffman's jacking off on the phone. That's a joke for one person, and maybe Anthony.
And me, yeah. I will say that that is a dangerous movie to call sexy for many reasons. Probably, I think about that movie a lot, because that movie came out nowadays. I think people would try to actually murder Todd Solondz, because that movie has a pedophile in it, and they don't necessarily make him out to be that bad. It's kind of fucking wild. I mean, they do. I shouldn't say it that way.
It is kind of to be honest though, it is kind of a hole in my movie watching. It's I don't watch a lot of fucking movies that aren't pornography. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. I just
I can't even think of I remember when we were kids, there was after 9.5 weeks, there was what was that movie? Sliver and Jade. Yeah. There was the erotic thriller movie.
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct. Yeah, that was a good one. But that was real, a real popular genre for a few years, and then that went away. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll go with Bound. Even though if I went back and watched it, I'd probably be
well, of course you are, because it's a Wachowski movie. So you are the resident Wachowski stand on this.
I'm a Wachowski apologist.
Yeah, no doubt.
Objectively, what is the best film ever made?
Ooh,
objectively,
objectively, not subjectively.
I don't know. Fucking it's such a cop out to say Citizen Kane, right? But I don't know. What is the other Orson Welles? That's Meat. What is it called?
Which one?
It's the second movie he made, the one the studio cut all up, but it's still fucking one of the best movies ever made. It's called Meet the Somethings, not Meet the Deedles or whatever. I would say, if I had to say objectively, the best movie ever made is 2001. Especially taking in the time period that it was made and what a feat of filmmaking that was, and the tonal shift from it going to this very grounded. Well, it starts out kind of fantastical, and then is super grounded and very sterile and then just goes completely apeshit in the last like 30 minutes, and like, you know, with actors that you don't see Gary Lockwood very often unless, you know, you're drunk at a softball game. Keir Dullea he's had a career, but like not something you would
we
go.
saw Keir Dullea in that
and Gary Lockwood
in
Black Christmas. Silver Spring, yeah. Oh, in Black Christmas, yeah. I thought you meant in real life because that happened too.
Well, we did see him in real life as well, yeah.
But like new canon, I know. So I'll do Too Old, Too New. I'll do Citizen Kane in 2001, and I'll do Blade Runner 2049 and Mad Max Fury Road.
Hell yeah.
Because, like, all those movies are just, like, I think, triumphs of filmmaking, like, and will. Yeah, like, they're just, like, exquisitely crafted movies. You know, you can sit there and say, like, pick a fucking courtroom drama, 12 Angry Men or something like that. But when I'm thinking of a movie, I'm thinking, like, something that isn't just a play, or that like you would get the same, you know, from reading it, or a radio drama. Like it has to be, to me, to be like one of the best movies ever made. It has to be like some kind of spectacle to go along with it.
Yeah, and something different.
Yeah. So those are my 4 for the one thing that you asked me.
What is the worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh, Jesus God.
I know.
So tough.
I know this is like I'm not going to count like, you know, the Agency of Vengeance and all those fucking movies, because like just pick one out of a hat, right? Like this movie, like I wouldn't count. Honestly, I would say Bicentennial Man is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's like a real movie. Like it's fucking sentimental in the worst way. Like the performances are all terrible. It is ages long. Like it's like fucking I think we probably made the joke on the show, but it takes place in real time over 200 years.
Yeah, it takes, like, if I remember correctly, it takes like an hour and 15 minutes for the plot to really get started.
It is nigh unwatchable.
And I do appreciate that is a real movie. You're right about that. It's like a real movie. Like it's not like this where it's just
it was a movie that had a first look. Maximum Force didn't have a fucking HBO first look, but I remember the Bicentennial Man for sure.
Strangely enough, so do I. Yeah.
There was a string of those type of movies, the Jack and that, and, you know, pick one that they just don't make anymore. That kind of schmaltzy bad movie doesn't really exist anymore, like a big budget schmaltzy bad movie.
No, they do with those, like, they're not big budget, but what's the name of that studio? That Christian movie studio.
Fireproof or whatever?
Maybe, but they make those, they're the ones who make those, like, weird schmaltzy movies about how everything is beautiful and you should love each other and stuff.
I want to say like AI is the last of the big budget, high concept schmaltz, which is, I know, a weird category.
I fucking hate that movie too.
I hate it too, and the thing that's so weird about it is that it was a Kubrick but back up. I changed my sexiest movie pick is Eyes Wide Shut, which is a movie that I think deserves a second look for everybody, because I remember not liking that movie when I was younger.
Did you watch that YouTube video I sent you?
No, but I'm going to.
It's really good. That guy breaks it down. That movie you were talking about, the follow-up to Citizen Kane, is called The Magnificent Ambersons.
That's it.
Yes.
Or Touch of Evil, like any of his shit, really.
Touch of Evil is so good. And he's so fat in Touch of Evil.
He fucking rules.
Speaking of Kubrick, when I was reading the trivia and like making of shit for A White Man Can't Jump, apparently that's one of Kubrick's favorite movies. He just like himself some Rosie Perez.
That fucking rocks.
And there's shit.
All right, last question, and then we can go to bed. If you could have the mole bed is back in effect. If you could pick one movie that you could show to people for the rest of your life, what movie would it be?
Oh man, I feel
like
it's got, and I know I've mentioned this movie twice already, but I feel like it's got to be Miracle Mile. Like there are a lot of movies I'd love to show to people. Like, like in the way that I show Frisky Dingo to everybody is like the test to see whether or not they're going to be cool, right? Like, Showdown in Little Tokyo is another movie like that, or like Night of the Comet, all those kind of weirdo movies, but like a movie that like I think is like criminally underseen. Like, and I don't, not lightly, I'm saying that, like, it is a movie that I think everybody should see.
Well, it's underseen because it was just a fucking HBO movie, wasn't it? Like,
I know it got a theatrical release.
Oh, was it theatrical?
Yeah. But I showed it to these guys, man, and like,
it was amazing.
Oh, okay. I gotta fix my fucking I gotta fix my crying shit too, because it's a movie I saw with you guys. I think we all cried. Was a fucking a ghost story.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the same reasons, that same kind of like lost in death sentimental shit.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that's a great movie. It's a tough sit.
It's really good, but yeah, that is a tough sit.
Was it one of you guys that posted a ghost story meme? I saw the other day on Facebook, and I was like, why? Why did you post it? Why would you post it?
Yeah.
But Miracle Mile was also a movie that was like very close to being lost media. It in the last couple of years got a Blu-ray from Arrow or one of those companies like we get shit from. But yeah, it's this really like weird character study about like what happens in the last hour before the end of the world. So like it's right up Alex alley. Like I know you weren't there when we watched it.
No, I still do. I still need to watch that.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it.
I think you would really like it. It is very sad and also like weirdly progressive. There's like this scene where it's like this big butch weightlifter guy and it's like, I've got to bring my boyfriend, and they look at him and like, that's your boyfriend? Like, you got problems? Like, no, like the world's ending and give a shit about your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really fucking excellent movie. So shout out to Steve Jarnett. He made that movie and Cherry 2000, and I think that was it.
Wow, that's a movie I'm surprised we haven't watched on the show.
Yeah,
we need a robot month.
Another one?
Yeah, because I love robots, and there's a million robot movies.
Yeah, let's buy some Centennial.
Bro March, I don't know.
Yeah, Bro March.
Hey, it's better than Sylvester Stallone, right?
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Is it?
Anything else, guys, before we sign off?
No, that was fun, man. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love those. Those are great.
Even though I managed to not answer any of the questions right away and change my answers by the end of it. So
that's fine. They're your answers. So next week is Over the Top, a movie about arm wrestling that features
and trucking.
Arm wrestlers and trucking and being a father, if I remember correctly.
But being a bad dad. But then trying to be a good dad, but still kind of being a bad dad.
So Gogs will be able to relate to that. So that's the show. We'll see you all next week. Make sure to eat your own ass.
Yeah.
And try not to get indicted.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Later, boys.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.